Majority of the millennial generation racked up so many worthless degrees, and people say, you're going to college for 4 years, 6 years sometimes if you want to get your master's. No, they're not. They're going for about 50, maybe even 70. Actually, they're going to be going for their whole life. They're never going to be able to pay off that student loan debt. Never. And you know what? To a certain degree, they deserve it, because they're all so spoiled. But think about it. If you're 25, you're over a third dead. Well over. You spend 1/3 of your life sleeping, some of that time's already spent. Average life expectancy in America is 78, rapidly dropping, and it rounded to 75. Let's say you're 25. You're already over a third dead. That's not including the sleep. Now, if you add commuting, if you add going to a job that you don't like, and if you add all the other time you waste in your day and doing things you don't want to do, you're probably over 2/3 dead. That's a serious problem when you cripple an entire generation by lying to them and deceiving them, saying that they need to go to college to rack up theater arts, liberal arts, communications, psychology. And the reason millennials talk like that is because they're all raised up by single mothers. And when you raise them up, I said when you raise them up, because let's be real, you're not really raising them up in any way. I mean, you're kind of discarding them and lying to them, and you don't really love them enough to tell them, hey, you know, college is a PIA to involuntary servitude. And this is why I'm so thankful I didn't listen to my elders, because a lot of people say, well, you gotta listen to your elders, you gotta listen to your elders, you gotta listen to them, you gotta listen to them, right? You gotta listen. Well, if I did, I'd be in your boat right now. And I don't want to, if YouTube doesn't work out, I'm gonna go ahead and get a trade. I'm not gonna go ahead and waste it on a worthless degree. These people are screwed. They think that, oh, college is 4 years. No, it's 50. They're gonna be spending their entire life debt-ridden and sad. And they kind of deserve it. Why? Because they're spoiled brats. Spoiled brats. And now they want socialism. What they don't understand with socialism is that once you get Bernie Sanders or Democratic Socialists in, if the responsible people paid off all their debt, now you'll be paying for everyone else in the country. In other words, you screwed yourself on an unbelievable level when you raise them up. You didn't even raise them up. You didn't even love them enough to tell them, hey, college is a scam. You would rather screw up their entire life than hurt their feelings. That's not love. If you are a millennial, chances are your parents didn't care about you at all. I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but you're gonna have to swallow it one way. Because it's a fact. If they did love you, they would tell you, no, son or daughter, you're not gonna go ahead and waste your life racking up a worthless degree, which there's no demand for. I'm gonna ask a simple question. What job did you get with your liberal arts degree? What job did you get with your communications or political science? I'll be waiting here forever. And the reason why is because there's no demand. There's no job that exists in America for those types of degrees, because you can't consume them in a capitalist society. What jobs exist with those specific specialties? The answer is none, but I just want to hear you say it. You are screwed forever, financially. And you know what? Spoiled brats will now vote in socialism because of it. Baby boomers were probably arguably the worst generation ever. Silent generation was immaculate. I didn't go to college because I didn't trust people. I knew not to trust my elders, because look where that got you. If you like being unemployed, do it. But it comes down to this. Your parents and this whole society, pretty much all of America, would rather lie to your face than hurt your feelings. And that is the premise of why you will always be debt-ridden, is because you can't have honest people. You can't do it. You are allergic to the truth. So that is why I say Americans are cancer. Avoiding them is merely just a chemotherapy. And what I do is I keep my distance, because this world is crazy. Can you say coward? By the way, I've never dissed America. I've dissed the people on it. I've dissed everybody on it. And I will have to continuously, because you're so deceiving. You're so deceptive. And every other word is a lie. So you wouldn't really care if they died. Like, as long as you don't hurt their feelings, so you could ruin their entire childhood. Literally, give them debt for probably the next 70 years, basically killing them. And the reason you're doing that is simply because you will not hurt their feelings. You're screwed as a society. If you want to be debt-ridden and saddled, and you like working at a cubicle every day, hating your life, do it. And these people live in denial. They should, because the truth is way too hard to bear. And I think we all know that. And when they ask you, what did you major in? As a millennial, you just say, I majored in dog. Single mother voice. I majored in dog. I majored in dog. Salliemae. I went on a date with Sallie. She wasn't really nice, was she? No. Abusive woman. If you are planning on going to college, stop what you're doing and watch this video before you go. A wise man told me 100% of the shots you don't take will not go in. You're right. And they say, this is the reason why you should try. Well, sometimes there are risks. The net isn't always what it seems, and it might do some transformer type of stuff and literally knock you over the head. Because going to college today is worthless, especially if you get a worthless degree. Not if you're trying to get something that is in demand. That is what I will discuss. But you need to watch and listen to my viewpoint to the best of your ability. God, Monic, here I am. While Americans' bellies are rising and the statistics show that they're going belly up, student loan debt is also proceeding to inflate, just like Americans' stomach. There is a serious problem with inflation, not just in money, not just in student loan debt when it comes to your interest rate, but I also mean when it comes to your chest. Because you best believe if you dropped a controller down there from playing Xbox, you wouldn't be able to get it out for a week. I mean, this is a problem. This is a serious problem. A public health crisis. I'm declaring the legendary God Monic. So yeah, no, student loan debt seems to be rising. You spend 1/3 of your life sleeping. You'll spend, if you're 25, or you're over 1/3 dead. I mean, this is why I don't want to send people to college unless they're going in for a trade or something that actually matters. There's a demand for it, like electrician or plumber, rather than theater arts, liberal arts, communications, psychology, political science. Worthless degrees that don't get you anywhere other than 50 years of involuntary servitude. I don't want your drama, dude! That's the problem. Someone needs to come out and speak about it, and a lot of people say, well, why are you being so harsh, right? Because if they live to 78 and they're 1/3 dead, and and if they're 25, imagine, because, just round it to 75, and just, that's not really motivating. Not to mention the fact that you spend 1/3 of your life sleeping, and they're going to be paying it off for 50 years, right? It's not motivating. Right. That's the point. I want to make it clear that so you know exactly what you're getting into before you decide to take a whole bunch of student loans to pay off something that is completely worthless, which you have a better, honestly, in this day and age, literally going up and shoving a pickle up your butt would be more efficient than going to college. Because at least you're not going to be 50 years in debt and never own a home, never have kids, never have children, never have a car. Even if you don't ever want to have children or never have a wife or anything, you're kind of like an introvert, well, that's fine. But let's just say you do. I mean, even if you were an introvert, you still have to work those cheeks off to literally pay off all that debt that you worked so hard in college for, and all of those homework assignments that you had to work so hard on, and all those other things where you were busting cheeks. Realize college was not a path to success. It was merely a roadblock. You were scammed. You are a victim. A victim of lies and deceit. You are a victim of deceit. That's a legendary God Monic. And I'm here to tell you you're a victim of lies and deceit. But that's the reason why I don't want people going. Now, millennials, they're spoiled brats, and they think, oh, everyone else should pay for me, so there's a certain level of, yeah, you kind of do deserve it, because college is a path to involuntary servitude. I don't want your drama, dude. And yeah, it's guess who I'm going on a date with? I have a hot date with Salliemae. Navient. And it's no, I don't want to go on a date with Salliemae. I'll leave that up to the rest of the millennial generation. Anyways, so college is a path to involuntary servitude. I don't want your drama, dude. And yeah, I really don't. I see the obesity rates rising. I see inflation rising. I see the prices of rent rising. I mean, I see the, immigration just inflating, getting bigger. Stomachs are getting bigger. I mean, things are changing. Winds are literally striding. I mean, they're just getting more powerful. Communication, social activities among the Americans are seeming to fade. Hopelessness is replacing once great country that basically you couldn't screw even if you had a hand grenade. I mean, these things are happening. And yes, I do think we should take caution. Like, I'm an OG, but I would say be careful. If you plan on going to college, research your degree before you go. So this is like a wait, before you go to college, watch this. Wait before you go to college, right? Yeah, research your degree to make sure that there's demand for it so you don't screw up your whole life like everyone else in America. You want to make sure, right? We're sure.